Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and well, I didn't exactly keep it a very well hidden secret, because I always fuck up my wording and my jokes. This is my channel, so obviously, that's what I do. Never intentionally, but if you couldn't guess before, yes, this is the legitimate Let's Play of Mario 1. I just thought calling it the extra videos, and whatnot. It was part of a little conversation that Josh and I once had, and that was actually pretty fucking sweet. Avoid. I didn't remember doing that when I was playing this, but calling it the extra videos was a joke. This is extra part 4, but it's a joke. This is the real playthrough. And basically, about that was I had a conversation with Josh, and I was like, so I should do it like this because for Super Chaos Comms it's going to be worlds 1 through 8, all the levels shown in the Super Chaos Comms run, and then the NES version with the speedrun route, or well, not really the speedrun route, but the fast route for the extra video, and he kind of laughed at that suggestion, so that's why I formatted the LP the way that I did. Please don't hate me. I know it was a stupid joke, wasn't funny at all, but that's what you get when you like doing stupid shit, stupid harmless shit, on my part, and you have a conversation with friends who also like the sort of weird things that just amuse you, and I don't know how to explain it, but whatever. This is the legit playthrough of Mario 1, and I'm gonna move on to a different point now because I'm rambling again, which is a serious problem. Anyway, one of the things that I forgot to mention in the last part, we saw it at the beginning of the last part, but I didn't get the time to really explain or talk about it, was multiple coin blocks. Those are actually a glitch. Or well, they originally were a glitch. So they weren't intended to be in the game, and then when they caught the glitch and took it out, apparently the developers liked multiple coin blocks so much that they were like, why don't we put this back in? So they did, and it became a staple of the Mario franchise. So imagine Mario without multiple coin blocks. I know that's kind of small, but that's kind of interesting to think about, is that they were originally thinking about getting rid of them because they were a glitch at first. So weird. Another one actually is Lakitu. How he throws the spinies. He was supposed to throw them in an arc, and they were supposed to bounce off of walls and pipes and whatnot. Therefore, making avoiding the spinies much more difficult. So Lakitu's behavior with the spinies is actually a glitch. But the developers, being the nice people that they are, they were like, okay, we know that this is going to be significantly easier if we just, it won't be so bullshit for the player if we do it like this. He drops them straight down, and that's how he's done it for this game and all the others since. So good on you, Nintendo. Good on you. So here's another one of the sort of mystery castle level things. Interesting was that their design philosophy for the one in World 4 was they'll make the correct path the more dangerous one, but in this one not so much. It's more so like the easier path. that you've got to go along. So that's interesting. And while we're at World 8 now, I might as well talk about this. In Worlds 6, 7, and 8, Bowser is different. In the first 5 worlds, the imposter Bowser, I guess you could technically say it is, because again, if you kill it with a fire flower, then like it shows up as a normal enemy, and that's actually the only Buzzy Beetle, along with any others that are disguised as Bowser in any of the games. Those are the only ones that can be killed with fireballs. So that's interesting to think about. Thank you, TV Tropes, for opening my mind up to that. Blew my fucking mind. Anyway, but in 6, 7, and 8, he'll also throw hammers like a hammer brother. Obviously, it's standard difficulty progression. Something that you don't really think about, at least for me, was in 6 and 7, Bowser doesn't actually breathe fire. So he only, throws the hammers. And for that, me personally, it's, the better strategy to, wait until he jumps up, is just stand close to him and wait till he jumps up, to run underneath him and get to the axe on the other side. But in World 8 here, he does both. He breathes fire and throws the fucking hammers. So actually, I think that's a pretty smart way to indicate that he's the real Bowser. Like, that's not something you really think about, but Nintendo being all subtle and shit with that, that's pretty fucking cool. So how about that? Bowser, he's got some subtleties to him. That's what I'll say. He's got some subtleties to him. Maybe a big dumb oaf, but he's got some subtleties. He knows how to do it subtle. That sounded weird. Anyway, final 2 levels now. I might as well talk about like my first experience beating the All-Star version of the game. I mentioned like the first time that I beat the game in general, during the quote-unquote main run. So for All-Stars, it's something that we're going to make a retrospective video on a little later, but basically I got challenged by Josh to do a bunch of Super Nintendo games, and the games on the Mario All-Stars compilation, except for Mario 3, were on the list. Like, I hadn't beaten Mario 1 Worlds 1 through 8 before, and I wanted to do it in the All-Stars version because that's what I like grew up with, and that's how I got introduced to Mario. So it was over the course of like, I want to say like maybe an hour and a half. I don't think it was 2 hours, because this game is like fairly short, being an NES game and all. So like, it was pretty fun hanging out late at night with Rabbit and Josh, and it was quite a thrill, actually. I'm gonna describe it in a video. It's similar to the way that I felt when I beat Sonic 1 for the first time. It was a good sense of accomplishment, especially after playing this game for so long. I had beaten it before, mind you, but it was like the quick path. So that was pretty interesting. Finally able to say that I could beat the game World 1 through 8, and same for Lost Levels, actually. Beating it all the way through, and I got to play World 9 for the first time in Lost Levels. So I'm a more accomplished gamer now. Really should have been able to do this when I was a kid, but I just suck at video games. No, like, secrets or bullshitting you or anything like that. I fucking suck at video games. It takes me way too long to be able to beat them. And that's basically the story. I remember having to go to the bathroom really fucking bad afterward. So it was a bit of a relief to beat the game in that sense. And I know Rabid was also extremely tired. So it was a satisfying experience for all of us, I would believe, for different reasons. So here's the correct way that you're supposed to do it in 8.4. There is no wrong warping in the All-Stars version of Super Mario Brothers. They fixed that when they updated the game. Goodness gracious, we're right about to the end now, and man, like Mario 1, since there's no credits, I'll just say this. It's a classic. If you're gonna play any version of the game, I would recommend you play this one. You know, because it has the better graphics and sound and whatnot, but it also, like, it's basically the same gameplay. You know, like, Mario doesn't feel any different to me or anything like that, but the aesthetic sort of upgrades that they make and, like, some glitch fixes that they implement in here makes this, like, the version of Mario 1 that I would recommend anyone to play, you know. If they're curious about how Mario got started, or, well, I guess you would play Donkey Kong for that, but, you know, for the first Super Mario Brothers game, if you're curious, like, this is the version that I would recommend checking out over the NES version, because it also saves and whatnot. It's not quite as available, but if you know how to get an emulator, or, like, there's Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo, and they also released it for the Wii, so it's pretty accessible, like, not quite as much as the NES version. But, you know, it's a very good game. I absolutely love it. It's one of the 5 that, like, got me into gaming, so I appreciate it for that. And it's just, like, a fantastic experience, and, you know, it sucks that it took me so long to, you know, beat it all the way through, or beat it in general, but, you know, once I did, it made me very happy. It felt like I had accomplished something that I had, you know, long been needing to do, and whatnot. It's a fantastic game. Not nearly as polished or good as, like, some later Mario games, but it stands up still. And, you know, for a game that was released in the 80s, that really says something right there. So, good shit. But I'm rambling again. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Mario 1 at the very end. But I'm going to let you guys go for now. Next week, I will be starting up my next Let's Play, which will be Sonic CD. So look out for that. And I just want to say, you know, Mario 1, it's finished. And I hope that I wasn't too rambly or anything. So I'm just going to end it now. Alrighty, guys. I have been Skull902. Thank you for watching and tolerating my rambly bullshit throughout this entire commentary. Thank you so much. And have yourselves a wonderful day.